Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Um, I just wanted to start off with a video explaining my well, the whole channel is going to be about my story, I suppose, but just kind of an intro as to who I am and why I'm starting the channel. I'm an only child. My parents have been married for over 31 years now. Um, my father is the NPD in the family, and my mother is highly codependent. Um, and I believe that's the reason why they've been married for so long. Um, I don't really know if my father is an overt or covert narcissist because he really kind of fluctuates all over the place. Um, he he's kind of a chameleon. He to a lot of people is known as this all around just fun, nice guy, easygoing, kind of the pillar of the community, excuse me. He owns his own business and he is able to actually teach certain classes at a university locally because of his connections. And everyone just, oh, they love him so much. He's such a great guy. But on the other side of the coin, to my mother, he's this, oh, covert. I'm such a misunderstood soul, and everyone's out to get me. Only you understand me. It's you and me against the world type of person and mentality. So it's really hard for me to kind of understand, how one person can be just whatever he needs to be. But I guess that's maybe the nature of this personality disorder because you get to kind of fit in wherever you need to. And so, yeah, this learning about this diagnosis and this personality disorder has really helped me so much throughout the years. I was really struggling. When you are a child of someone like this, you don't understand what's going on. You're very confused. You're very out of sorts, and you're taught to believe it's you, that you're the one who's crazy, or you're the one who has a psychological problem or a personality disorder or whatever. And on top of that, the fleas that you collect over the years just from being around this person and growing up with them, you really do start to wonder, are you the narcissist? And then they blame you and tell you that you are, that you're the one who's abusive, and all this projection that they put onto you. But sort of naming the monster really helped me to understand, whoa, this is really what's going on. And, no matter how confusing it might have been or how bad it may have gotten to one point, I can look back now and point out, okay, this is what happened here, this is what happened there. And, I don't know, maybe you guys can kind of know and relate to what I'm speaking on, because it's kind of like you growing up, you feel as though you're the only one in the world who's going through this, and that no one out there can understand because everyone out there, they have this perfect life and they could never understand that your parent, is different depending upon the situation. And you're told by other people around you, other family members, if you've got siblings or whatever, you're told by those around you how much this person loves you, but the person themselves never tells you. Or if they do, it's followed by something like, but I hate you. In fact, my father used to say that to me very often. He would say, I love you, but I don't like you. I've heard that my whole life. Um, it's just interesting because you internalize that, and um, you don't know how to cope, because the person who you're looking for validation from as a child, the people you should be getting validation from, are telling you that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve unconditional love because there's just something wrong with you. Um, you don't realize that really and truly they're projecting their own insecurities and feelings of vulnerability onto you. You just think that there's something inherently wrong with you. And that's sad, to say the least. Any child having to grow up, or any person, being told that, even if you're in a romantic relationship or whatever, friendship, whatever, where there's supposed to be that kind of fellowship or unconditional love, yet you're just not getting that, you know. So I don't want to make this too long, this first video, but I do want to just kind of, you know, have different videos that kind of go more in depth about, hopefully, my story and my parents, and just kind of my experiences growing up. And I do want to keep my identity somewhat of a secret, because I'm still scared of my MPD father finding out, or knowing, that I'm talking about him, because he can be very dangerous. And even though I live a very far distance away from him, I wouldn't put it past him to drive all night and day to get to me. If he knew where I was, which he doesn't. He doesn't know my address or anything like that. He knows the state I live in, but he doesn't know my address anymore. None of my family do, thank goodness. Um, I'm just afraid that they would tell him, and he would come, and that gave me a lot of anxiety before. He did know my address, and the flying monkeys in my family actually gave them my address, my previous addresses and things like that. And so that always put fear in me, which I'll talk about that in other videos. But yeah, that's why I'm not using a camera. I'm just using my voice, and hopefully you guys can respect that. But yeah, I of course I am no contact with them, my parents, and most of my family, and I'll talk more about that in other videos as well. So yeah, just comment. Let me know your experiences. Have you got a narcissistic father or grandfather, or guardian, whomever, mother, even aunt, anything. Just let me know your experiences, and have you experienced anything similar to what I've been talking about? Um, are you no contact? Are you able to go no contact? Just let me know. And again, thank you so much for listening, and I'll be back with another video.